Hello, welcome to the Village of Words. The word relation for this video is slavery, debt. Firstly, is past slavery. Slavery had existed 11,000 years ago. About 200 years ago, slavery was still active. Slaves has been used for agricultural and plantations labor. I do not know and understand much about slavery, but I assume that foreign settlers came into places like Africa and had enslaved the population. African people were caught and sold into slavery. Then, the African slaves were shipped in masses to other countries, never to see their home and native land anymore. True, like any modern people will say, I consider that invading and enslaving a population is unjust. Even the religious Islam and Christians had waged war on each other and had taken slaves. Perhaps slavery was momentarily and meant to educate uncivilized people. But hardly anyone in history had ever made that kind of excuse. What's worse about slavery is the child of a slave is also a slave. No child in a slave family is born free. Again, this is unjust, and I dislike slavery in the past. After that, you will not believe in me, but slavery in Islam was supposed to be for reparations of war. Slavery was supposed to be reparations for the lives that had lost. I assume the instigator must pay the punishment. Therefore, it should be really important who started the war. The idea that slavery is for reparations comes from the Quran 1400 years ago. Yet, we had a recent practice of an unjust type of slavery just 200 years ago. I have lost faith on people and find this disappointingly embarrassing. Next, I have my own understanding of modern slavery, aside from human trafficking. I believe modern people are so entitled. They look at the past and slavery as outdated and disgusting. Yet, they do not know that in the present they are slaves to debt. A country takes debt, and every citizen should work to pay off the debt. Sure, the law doesn't force us to work, but we are all mentally enslaved and publicly brainwashed to work. If one does not work, eventually depression will come and attacks you. But one will not be affected if one have anti-capitalist philosophies like I do. So yeah, I believe taking debts causes us to be slaves. And I dislike how slavery was in the past. After that, I believe a slaver or a debt collector does not own the slave. Just like how debt is a temporary contract. Therefore, it should not mean the slave owner fully owns the slave. Even if a family continuously has a debt to be paid, I believe the slavery should be temporary for each family member. And after some time, each slave should be free. Like I said, debt is temporary. Another thing, I believe Hitler was foolish and crazy. Hitler wasted human resources. It was better off if the Jews and their families were enslaved. Yet Hitler had killed and genocided the Jews. That's all for this video. Hit like, share, or comment down below.